Welcome to the mile-high city of Denver, Colorado. Paul Jones and Sherman Hamilton, the Raptors, putting a bow on final preparations this morning before the game tonight against the Nuggets. And Sherm, this is a Nuggets team that's coming in off a big win over Phoenix. They get up and down here. We're looking at the sign just behind us, 5,280 feet. That's Imperial, folks, above sea level, a mile high, 300 days of sunshine, and the sun will be shining for Denver if they can beat Toronto tonight.
Well, they're doing a good job in terms of their style of basketball. Mike Malone has done a very good job kind of getting this young team to understand the tenets of being successful. It doesn't always work out, but you have to build those tenets, and I think they understand who they are. They're a team that's going to get up in transition. They're going to try and turn you over. They're a good rebounding team. They're a team that scores in your paint. But the surprising part is they're a pretty good three-point percentage shooting team, and that creates a dilemma when you have to guard them on the three-point line, but yet their quicks and scoring in the paint becomes an issue as well because of all the rotations, and then exposes your glass, which they're a very good rebounding team.
All right, so let's talk about the exposure when we talk about all the sunshine that the Raptors have had the last couple of games with their defense. Yeah. They have scored 121 points against Golden State and lost.
Yes.
They scored 117 against Cleveland.
Amazing.
And lost. Yep. You should be winning those two games, Sherm. And I don't want to say it's like a couple of years ago, but I got that feeling. Remember a couple of years ago, they were an offensive team. DeMar got hurt. It was win any way you can. They won with offense, and their defense let them down later in the year. You don't want to see that right now.
Right, and we saw what happened with Washington in that playoff series because their defense went away. And I think that was just a small kind of snippet. I mean, those two games against Cleveland and Golden State, I don't think that's who they are. I think they understand at this point, if they don't get back to their defensive principles, they know they're not going to go as far as they need to go. But the problem is the dribble penetration, the ability for teams to force them into rotation, and now that exposes your glass because little guys are trying to box out bigger bodies, and that's a recipe for disaster. They've got to be a team that initially keeps that ball in front of them, or at least does not give up straight line drives to the basket so your help side has a chance to fill in. But if they continue to think that offensively scoring the basketball is going to get them W's, tonight will be a surprise for them, because even though we can agree that Denver's not of the class of a Cleveland or a Golden State, this is still a difficult team to deal with. Their style of play up and down can really hurt you.
Offense, never the great elixir. Let's hear from Coach Dwayne Casey after practice and some of his troops.
We just got to get back to our fundamentals, guarding your man, guarding the ball, taking care of the ball first, taking care of the roller, and then firing out from there. So we got to get back to those and not get lost in who I'm guarding, how great a three-point shooter he is. And we lost that in that back-to-back, those two back-to-back games.
You know, you look up, we gave up 30 points in a quarter. You know, it can't be that. We can't let that happen. We got to have a goal of, 23 points or under for a quarter, and, figure it out from there.
We can get there, we just got to do it. I mean, we're playing another team that plays up-tempo, but we got to try to play our game and make sure that, we continue to do what we need to do and work on.
You're going to play great players every night, and especially those back-to-backs that we had. It was really tough, it's still a learning process for me, and I mean, as a rookie, you love, competition, the competition, and just being able to go out there and compete against the best in the world, so it's fun.
All right, so you can see the Raptors and the Nuggets 9 o'clock Eastern, that's 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and tells me 6 Pacific. Raptors and the Nuggets on TSN, and you can hear it with Sherman and I on TSN 1050.